What is up, guys? I'm Shiva,
I'm Sean.
and welcome to the Just Think
Series where Shiva and I just ask each other questions, kind of bounce off of each other, and just see where it takes us. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Is that you say anemone? No. Audacity. And then shit.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna jump in first. Yo, Sean. So, dude, I feel like people go to Starbucks all the time, and I just don't. I used to be a barista, and I wish I was. Yeah, I was.
Where?
Ever heard of Scooter's Coffee?
Hell no, I've never heard of Scooter's Coffee.
It kind of reminds me if McDonald's started a coffee shop.
Okay.
It would look like Scooter's.
All right.
If you get what I'm saying. It's got that, like, McDonald's vibe.
I'm trying.
I mean, even just the name, like, Scooters.
Scooters. That sounds like the guy that fixes old cars in his back, like, trailer park yard. Scooter.
Well, it is, but there's, like, a coffee shop in the back. That's all right.
Liquid gold, man.
The secret is turmoil.
Oil, a little bit of oil. Dirty hands.
Anyways, it's a pretty big franchise, and actually, to my surprise, they were pretty good.
Really?
They had really good coffee beans, yeah, and it helped me realize, like, I just don't like Starbucks.
It's because Starbucks is trash.
It's bad coffee beans, dude.
Good.
It's like over roasted. It's like really bitter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I know you don't really drink a lot of coffee. Sometimes decaf.
Do decaf, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just not as good as Dunkin'.
Dude, Dunkin' is so decaf. I like coffee. Like, I like the taste. I enjoy it, especially if you're like, I don't know, some sort of like fancy meal, and you always end with like, you know, like cheesecake and like coffee or like a cappuccino or something, right? Mm-hmm. And so there was a stint in my like life because my dad really likes coffee and I enjoy the taste of coffee, and we would go to Starbucks like all the time. I'm talking like almost every day. And unless you chalk whatever drink you have, unless you just chock it full of pumps of mocha or caramel or, you know, half skinny up to what, I don't know, all the terms, it's garbage. It is bad. Garbage. And there's no way that they're getting those beans in like a ethically responsible way. There's just no way. Starbucks. Yeah, facts. And they're like, also, I just don't get it.
We probably will never get a Starbucks sponsorship because of this.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. I didn't want
Screw
one anyways.
Them, man. Yeah. What, I'm going to get like free, like apparel, a barista apron? No, I don't
know.
care.
You think that'd be kind of cool walking around with like a Starbucks apron?
But people just think
like
I stole
cape.
it.
You could wear it the other way.
You could wear it the other way. But again, they'd think you just stole it.
Yeah.
So they think like, it's like, yeah, you could be going to med school, but I think you used to work at a Starbucks and you stole. You're a thief.
You stole that.
Yeah, wow. I don't care where you are now. You're go to jail.
I don't know. I think Starbucks just has really bad coffee beans.
What about the food though?
Okay. You know, I will say, like, it's not like I never go to Starbucks. I usually go. I like their aesthetic a lot. I think they did the job right. I think they did the coffee wrong. That's where I see Dunkin' lacking, is where Dunkin' gives me like a whole fast food vibe. Scooter's vibe literally gives me Scooter's Burger King-esque vibe, bro.
Burger King just hit a chord with me. I don't know why, but that's like
right?
That's
For
the
Dunkin'?
Burger King of coffees, maybe.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, I literally had Burger King yesterday. I enjoy Burger King.
Yeah, I feel like it's underrated.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, for sure. The Whopper, the little like char grilled kind of like whatever taste they've got going on there. But I mean, I'm here for it.
Really, I haven't been to Burger King in forever.
Dude, the chicken fries.
And they have Hershey chocolate pies.
Oh, I've never had those.
Oh, so good.
Are they like squares or like slices?
They're individually wrapped, or like individually boxed mini slices. Oh. And you can buy them at Walmart and stuff too. But I mean, the first place I ever had it was Burger King, so it'll always be like nostalgic.
Yeah, damn. You know what I'm a little slut for though? From Starbucks, I mean, a dirty little slut. The iced lemon pound cake like slices, dude. I mean,
you like the pound cake,
bro. So I literally have a specific way you have to eat them from Starbucks. Hopefully, we'll maintain a Starbucks sponsorship by this. But so I will say this: go to Starbucks, get the iced lemon pound cake. And like, I mean, I'm splurging here, right? Because that bad boy is like $3.50. And so what you got to do, because there's icing on like the top, like third. You eat all of the non-icing part, and it's good, right? It's lemony, it's delicious. Okay. But you're like, it could be better. What am I missing? And then every time you go to eat that, you get through all of that, and you reach the glorious lemon zesty, like glazy icing. And you turn it upside down, you put the icing on your tongue, and you just eat that thing like a biscotti, like, you know, like little like almond thing. Dude, and it's...
I'm going to be very honest with you right now. I was not expecting this, like, fantasy, intricate, like, food porn episode. I think we just took a different turn.
It is.
Yeah. Anyways. What was I saying?
We're talking about
the food. We're talking about food.
Food at Starbucks, though.
Yeah.
Because they have a good bit of variety.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't had much of the food. I think it's okay. It's just like Scooters or any other place. It's like it's instant
just like
heated.
Scooters that no one's ever heard of.
Dude, Google it, please. It's big.
Keep going. I'm doing it right now.
Please do it. It's real. It's a real place. I promise. The food's okay. I like cake pops. They're kind of fun, I guess. But I just don't like Starbucks coffee. I just think it's not the best. I think they over roast and burn their beans, especially their espresso beans. I like Dunkin'. Dunkin' does a great job with their coffee beans and sourcing and all that. But Scooters does even a better job.
Okay.
Seriously, it does.
Everybody, okay. Well, you can't see what I'm looking on my phone, audience here. Scooters should not be patronized or whatever. You don't go there.
What?
This looks like a back alley Checkers.
Yo, dude, come on.
What is that? Is this a bad picture? It is I mean, there's studio apartments bigger than this place. And
that's a drive-through only.
I don't know that I want to go inside. I don't.
You can't. It's a drive-through.
Coffee are they all drive-throughs?
No. The one I worked at, you could sit in, which kind of sucked. To be
Did people actually voluntarily sit inside?
Dude, this is a real place. People actually go here.
It was established when I was born, 1998. Do the math, people.
You know, I think you would like Scooter's coffee if you had it.
Do you think I would like Scooter's coffee?
Yeah, I think you would like the large blended Caramelicious.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You think I like that?
The way you're talking about lemon zest, bro, I think you will like it.
You're probably pretty accurate, because I'm also a fan of a caramel macchiato. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's caramel or caramel? How do you say it? I say caramel.
I say caramel.
But
caramel. That sounds like a southern thing.
Yeah, it probably has to be. Caramel. Water. Jaguar or Jaguar?
Ooh. I think I say Jaguar, but I think Jaguar sounds cool.
It does sound cool. I say Jaguar, though.
Yeah,
you know what? Something really weird. How do you pronounce Crayon? Or S, you know, you can...
Crayon.
Like the utensil used for coloring. They're a little short. Kids eat them.
What are we? Crayons?
Okay, yeah. You know how I say them?
Crowns?
Crowns.
No.
Crowns. I've always said it that way. And people are like, no, a crown's what goes on top of your head. I'm like, no, that's a crown. I'm talking about crowns.
Okay, that sounds really southern, Sean.
Yeah, well, I born and raised. So.
Yeah. Crowns. There's another one. It's like crowns, crayons, and... Crayons? Crayons.
Yeah. That's like... See, I think everyone's united against crayons.
Yeah, crayons are just like... for stupid people.
Exactly. You know what? Yeah.
You're like an idiot.
You're dumb. I say crowns, and I'm even better than you.
Okay, so... Yeah, Scooters, Dunkin'. You know,
Dunkin'. Dunkin's the go-to, people, you know?
Dunkin's
Scooters, great. I won't vouch for it. I'm not going to go there.
You will go there.
You know, if I saw one, I'd probably be like, because of this episode, like, okay, F it. Let's go.
And you're going to get the Caramelicious.
No, you're exactly right. Because that's the only thing I know. I'm not going to sit there like
it's
an
their
idiot.
signature drink.
Oh, okay. Because I'm not going to sit there like an idiot in the drive-thru and pretend I've never been there before, even though I haven't. I'm like, yeah, I was getting a large Caramelicious, please. Extra caramel. More licious, please, too.
More licious. Hold the lish.
Yeah, sometimes there's too much licious.
I don't know. Coffee beans. Oh, Dunkin' does have this new thing that they created, which is like green tea or green coffee bean extract.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So I tried it in my coffee because I had some like coupon deal, and I was like, why not try it? And I tried it, and it's like bitter.
It's a green coffee bean
extract.
It's not like a green tea extract with coffee.
Well, from what I remember, I'm pretty sure coffee beans are initially green, right?
Probably.
And they're roasted and whatnot. And I think these are taken straight from like raw coffee beans, and they're just extracted into a liquid, and it's just really bitter but very strong.
What color are coffee beans before roasting? This is a frequently looked up thing on green. Dude, look at you.
Thank you.
Freaking sciences, bro.
I'm a barista. I told you that.
Oh, yeah. You roast them yourselves at Scooters.
It's like a meth lab.
Have a beanie and grassy aroma. Actually, green coffee beans do not smell like coffee at all. The more you know. Ta-da-da.
Well, it's not good, so don't do it. Don't need to try it.
You know what I tried one time? So I was a very stubborn child.
Uh-huh.
And so, for example, what I tried as a kid, so one time I was like, Dad, my pizza's too hot. And when I'm talking like this, but I was really like 4.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dad, my pizza's too hot. I'm going to pour water on it to cool it off because my impatient ass couldn't wait. And my dad was like, don't do that. You're going to ruin your pizza. And I was like, I'm going to do it. And he goes, if you pour water on your pizza, you're going to sit there and finish the pizza. He goes, I paid for that pizza. You're finishing it. And I was like, yeah, it's great. Deal, So I took my glass, poured so much water on this pizza. So much. I mean, an absurd amount. More than my 4-year-old mind.
More water than pizza.
Exactly. Yeah. The ratios were entirely off. If this was to work, it wasn't the way I was doing it. And then, of course, it was colder. The pizza had cooled off. And then I ate the pizza, and it was garbage. No grease. It was too cold. The pizza somehow like immediately almost solidified. Like it wasn't like cheesy and gooey at all.
Yeah.
And I had to sit there. I mean, I sat there for a long time, and I finished the pizza because my dad was like, I told you. I literally told you.
It sounds like a traumatic experience.
Well, I remember it because of what I actually was trying to say was because you said green coffee beans, and it reminded me. You know how like people have like fried green tomatoes? Or like fried tomatoes, or just like they eat tomatoes and all these different things. Well, have you ever had an actual fried green tomato? Because they're actually really good, and it's probably a southern thing. And there's sometimes like a sauce you put on it or whatever, and they're pretty decent. But I was just like, oh, people eat fried green tomatoes, and so my mom was growing tomato plants outside, and I was like, I'm just gonna bite into a green tomato. Well, let me tell you why they fry the green tomatoes. These things. You literally bite into it's like peach fuzz. They're fuzzy.
Oh.
Actually, you know what? Are they fuzzy? Because I might have just eaten a moldy green tomato. Wait. Okay, I'm assuming they're fuzzy because this one was fuzzy. And then I took an apple bite out of this thing. And my mom was like, I'm growing these tomatoes. You have to finish that green tomato.
Oh, your parents are so savage.
They're just like, yo, because they told me not to do it. They're like, you're not going to like it. And of course, I was stubborn as shit. And so they were just like, you have to finish that green tomato. And I was just like eating this weird fuzz. Dude, it might have had mold on it. I'm dead ass right now. I'm having an epiphany in this middle of this episode.
You're about to call your mom.
Was that moldy? Did you know it when it killed me?
She's like, what are you even talking about?
She's like, I don't remember that ever happening. And I'm like, I still remember.
You're like crying.
Yeah, I'm upset. I'm distraught. Having to console me. Dang, dude. I have no idea.
Yeah, no, never had
I could have eaten. Damn. Fried pickles that you've had.
Yeah, I've had fried pickles.
You say it like you don't like fried pickles. Do you like fried pickles?
Well, I don't think I've had them very often. Are you talking... Well, maybe I haven't had good fried pickles.
Yeah, let's go with that because fried pickles are literally amazing.
Yeah,
they're so good, especially if it has like a house sauce, like they make it there, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not super huge on fried food though. Like I don't like onion rings. Just don't.
At all?
I mean, like I'll eat like one or two, but like I do love fries. I mean,
okay,
like
but those aren't like
fries,
breaded though. Those are like fried.
Yeah,
you know.
I think I just like potatoes.
That's so fair. Potatoes are amazing.
They're so good.
But like, okay, have you had onion rings from the Varsity?
No, I actually want to go.
You've never been to the Varsity?
No, I heard the food's
is that a Southern
okay.
Thing? Huh? The food is okay.
Yeah,
especially if you go there during like a rush or something like that. They scream at you.
Oh, really?
They're literally like, "What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? What do you have?" Yeah. And if you don't know what you have, they get mad. They literally get mad.
Yeah.
And because it's almost immediate, like they're like, and just hand you your tray.
I'll have to go.
But their onion rings are, I think, the best onion rings around for sure.
I'll have to go there.
Yeah, there's many locations. Yeah, I don't know like what's close by, but
there's one close by here. I think.
There, okay, yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I totally forgot to tell you. So, have you heard of the Charlie cold foam at Dunkin'?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, so Charlie D'Amelio.
Oh,
she has a new Dunkin' drink, and I was like, man, that sounds really good though.
Cold foam?
So yeah, so it's cold brew.
Okay.
With cold foam on top. So like Starbucks does a really good job with their cold foam. Like they had this coffee cold foam and it was like sweet and like battered.
Okay.
And it was like a really good whipping, like whipped cream, like consistency and texture and all that. And it just tasted really good. So I had high hopes for Dunkin', who finally released a cold foam. Dunkin' like almost never adds things to their menus. Yeah. So when they do, it's kind of crazy, especially anything celebrity endorsed, which is like not, common for them.
That's usually like McDonald's or something does that.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I gotta try this. I grab one, and it's supposed to have like cinnamon or nutmeg or something sprinkled on the foam. Okay. It's supposed to have caramel in it, and it's like cold brew with the foam and stuff. And I was like, okay, that sounds pretty good, like honestly. So I get it, right? And I'm like waiting for my drink, and I look over, and these motherfuckers put Ready whipped cream on my coffee, bro. They put Ready Whip.
Wait, did you see the can?
I saw the can.
You paid for celebrity endorsed cold foam, and your ass got a $2 bottle of Ready Whip.
It was disgusting. I hate Ready Whip. It's just like really gross artificial whipped cream.
That's fair. You know the good one is the one that comes in that tub, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even what is
like real like heavier.
It's called Cool Whip, right?
Yeah.
Cool Whip. You seen that Family Guy episode? Cool Whip.
He emphasizes the
H. Say cool. Now say whip. Now say Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ready Whip was on your coffee.
It was bad. It was gross. I mean, I've even made that like I think it was like a social media trend that like the coffee whipped cream thing. You ever heard of that? Yeah. Where like you use the instant coffee and then you like turn it into whipped cream.
Yeah.
I made that and that tasted delicious. Dunkin' could have done something like that
too. For sure.
And they used some like Ready Whip bullshit in a can. And I was like,
wait, so is that what it was?
There was no cinnamon on top. It was just like the same cold brew. Sometimes I get caramel in it. If I'm feeling, risque.
Extra licious.
I'm feeling a little licious today. I get some fucking caramel. And, they put Ready Whip. I don't know.
So do you think they messed up? Or is it literally just it's just Ready?
I think it's just Ready Whip. I don't know. I don't know if they were like, oh man, like we ran out of the good stuff. Like we're gonna.
Well, they just had no idea what you were talking about. What's this guy talking about? Charlie who?
Well, they did seem really confused.
You're like, this guy is crazy.
Just in general, yeah.
Do you guys see that? What is that? Like they're looking at their own menu, like what?
Dunkin's food's good though.
Oh yeah. No, actually,
their hash browns,
dude. Okay, every person I've ever mentioned their hash browns to has had the exact same. They're like, dude. They're so good. Yeah. And they only give you like 6. Yeah. They give you 6 little pieces for like $2.
Such a fat ass. I'm like, can I get 3 hash browns?
Dude, right? But it's really like, if you like an IHOP or something like that. I mean, you get a decent amount of hash browns. Mm-hmm. And then you go and you pay kind of the same amount at Dunkin' and you get 6 little, but they know, dude. That's why they're so like, they're like $2 for 6 because they know how good they are. Yeah. There's like some sort of like garlicky like flavor, like I don't know. They
add something to
something's
it.
It's
in
there.
Good.
It's crack.
It's really good.
It's crack cocaine.
It is.
Yeah, but it is.
But sometimes they ruin it though. Like sometimes it's undercooked.
Yeah. Or like when it has that like crispy outside, like a hash brown's supposed to have, crispy outside, like a soft inside or whatever. And you kind of sit there and you crunch, and then they're gone, and you're like, oh, dude, what?
Yeah, like so fast.
Too. Yeah, if I could get like just a tray.
That'd be so good. They
Dunkin'
need to do
should
bigger
sell
things.
it
Yeah,
in like Walmarts and stuff, bro.
They should do like a bigger
frozen like.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Like a frozen, just like all the mini things. You take them, you cook them.
Man, look at us. We should be like
Dunkin',
CEOs of companies.
We literally have been. Yeah, sponsor us, Dunkin'. Starbucks is. There's no way they're even still listening to us, but Dunkin'. We've been hyping you guys up all episode.
Seriously, where are you guys at?
Yeah, hold on. I'll wear your. I'll literally wear a Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin' shirt.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, as long as it's black though. I like black shirts.
Ooh, that'd be kind of like. I think that look cool if it was like a black shirt with like glossy black letters. I feel like those are so cool because they're super subtle.
How would you see the letters?
Well, it's because it's glossy. So like the only way you ever see them is when the light shines.
Oh, okay. I can get behind that.
But I mean, getting back to Dunkin' food.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Sean like zoned out for a minute. He was like, "Yo, that guy sounds cool."
What kind of shirts are y'all wearing?
You're like, huh? But their food overall is really good too.
Yeah.
Like I've had like their veggie omelet sandwich thing, power breakfast or whatever. That thing is good. Like they're done. Okay, I will say their donuts are okay.
Okay, but what donuts are you getting? Because I'll defend some of their donuts.
Really? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Krispy Kreme got beat on the donut department.
Krispy Kreme's got glazed beat by like a million miles.
I think they do most of their donuts better than Dunkin'.
For me, Krispy Kreme can get like too sugary. Like don't get me wrong, a hot glaze. I could eat a dozen Krispy Kreme hot glazed. I mean, it's just like they're so good. But then you get anything from the actual like glass case, they're just so sweet. And I don't know. I just kind of like about them. But if I go to a Dunkin' Donuts and let me say maple frosted or double chocolate. I mean, those cakier donuts, because they need like blueberry, like they have like that thicker, cakier kind of donut that I actually really vibe with. But then at Krispy Kreme, it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'm spoiled with like the hot glazed because it's like so like, you know, light and airy and just like sugary goodness, and it's like hot.
It's so good
that when you get it like with like, I don't know, like chocolate frosted or sprinkles or whatever, and it's not hot. I don't know. Maybe if they could do like a hot version of those, it'd be better. But I mean, then again, you'd have like a minute and a half to sell them if they came out.
Yeah, that's fair. That's why I liked how they had the sign, like the hot, ready and hot sign. I don't know.
Good dumpster diving too. You ever done that?
No.
Yeah, dumpster diving at Krispy Kreme's is like a thing because they throw away the donuts at the end of the day.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So in like my high school, people would just go to Krispy Kreme's like by the mall or whatever, and just dumpster dive at like 10, 11 into the Krispy Kreme, come out with like 24 donuts.
Damn.
Because they literally like put them in the case, like the thing, and just throw away them in boxes. And so you just pull the box and then open it up and
like, do you hear the world we live in?
Right?
Isn't that insane?
Imagine just see that's like I like this. I don't know. It's like maybe it's just down here. Do other people do that?
Well, here's the thing, right? And I get it because if Krispy Kreme and other companies was like, okay, we won't throw away our food at the end of the day, like we'll give it to you. Their sales would all go down.
Yeah.
Because people would just be like, I'm going to just wait till you guys close.
And then I'm going to keep them for the next morning and microwave that bad boy.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the only thing that tastes better than a donut is a free donut.
Exactly.
So, like, so I get it, but also, like, what a dumb world we live in.
Yeah.
Like, that is our logic. Is like, let's just throw that away so we make more money.
Yeah.
No. They actually make more money by throwing this food away than keeping it.
That's like the whole, like, I don't know. I think maybe last episode or something we're talking about it's cheaper to actually have debt than it is to, like, raise money through, like, giving out stocks, right? Because then if you start making money, you have to pay dividends to all of these stock shareholders. And as you grow, the dividends get bigger, blah, blah, blah. So it's actually cheaper to just take on debt. And then you don't owe money to anybody except basically whoever you borrowed the money from. Which is we're talking about like Netflix having like what $16-18 billion in debt.
Yeah.
And it's just cheaper to have that. So these companies are doing the same thing. It's like if it's cheaper for us to throw away our food, we're going to do that because it's cheaper.
I mean, even our country does that. Yeah. The debt we're in is crazy deep.
And it's to us. Yeah, most of it's to us.
And it doesn't even make a difference on our economy, honestly.
Because even like bonds and stuff, theoretically 50 years from now I could put that bond in for an extra $50,000. It's like, okay, you're gonna forget you own that bond for damn sure. I guess you could be reasonable. Do you put anything in? So you said like caramel in your coffee. Do you put like milk or cream, or do you go like black and then flavoring?
Okay, so I do like black coffee. I like black coffee because I can sip on it slower. The sugarier and the tastier the drink, the faster it goes down.
Yeah.
And sometimes just like that, like, you know, placebo effect of sipping on coffee all morning makes me feel just as energized as actually like downing an entire large caramel drink.
See, that's why Starbucks is bad, bro.
Yeah.
It's so, all of this stuff is like so like
you're getting a lot of caffeine, you're getting a lot of sugar.
And you drink it fast. And so you paid $5 for like a venti whatever, but then it's gone in 30 minutes because you're like, oh, this tastes so good.
Can we talk about that?
What?
Their naming system? Isn't that ridiculous?
Have you seen that Paul Rudd clip?
No.
Where he's just like, yeah, I'd like a large black coffee. And then the waitress is like,
oh, wait, I have seen that.
Yeah, and he goes, congratulations, you're stupid in 3 languages.
Yeah.
After he goes, grande means large. And he goes, tall means large or whatever. And he goes, venti actually means 20 in Italian. And then he's like, so congratulations, you're stupid in 3 languages.
Yeah, no, dude.
And that's definitely
they have another size?
Treinta? Yeah. It's huge.
It's huge.
It's really big. And I think it's actually more, I think you get more like...
It's the size of a Dunkin' large.
Yeah. Well, Dunkin',
which is like
hot.
32 ounces or something.
They have an extra large. Dunkin' does. If it's a hot coffee, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
if it's hot, you can get an extra large. If it's iced, you just get like large.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you like sipping on black coffee, honestly, an extra large. Again, depending on how long you want to sip on that black coffee.
But naturally, I think what I found my sweet spot to be is black coffee with cream.
Okay.
Just sugar. No sugar.
Yeah. Kind of take that bite out, maybe.
Yeah. It removes a little bitterness depending on some coffee beans that are not best. But also, I kind of like that thicker consistency.
Yeah.
Which is also why I like nitro brew. I don't know if you've ever had nitrogen.
I think that would kill me.
Nitrogen in the coffee is so good because it makes it creamier.
Huh.
And then you don't need the cream or milk or whatever, right? Because it already gives it that creaminess. But the thing with nitrogen coffee I've noticed is if you don't finish it that same day, it tastes a little funky the next day.
It gets kind of boo-boo, coffee.
It's got like weird, I don't know, like it looks the same, but like it just tastes weird. It's like the same thing with like wine. If you like even if you cork it, but like the next day, it's like a little flatter kind of.
Especially you don't know how to like store it and whatnot. Yeah. Do you know what I was thinking of though? Speaking of like cream and milk and coffee.
I like how your first transition was cream. I was a little worried. You've been on your food porn journey today.
Well, I mean, it's still going to talk about food. Are you ready? I was literally thinking about this, where it's like, okay, so I saw this, like, I think it was a post somewhere, and it was talking about how people make their ramen. And I'll get to the milk part here in a second. I promise I don't put milk in my ramen.
I actually thought you did.
That's
the way you were starting to explain it to me earlier.
That's fine. So
that's fine.
That's okay. I could see that. But there's a thing where it's like, okay, when you're making ramen, do you put seasoning in, like let's say the bowl? You put seasoning in the bowl and then you put your noodles on top and stir it? Or do you put your noodles in and then the seasoning on top and stir it? And I honestly think there's a right answer to this question. I think one of them is just objectively wrong, and I'll tell you why after you tell me what you do.
Okay, so the two options are seasoning on the dry noodles and then put the hot water in?
Yeah. Well, okay, so seasoning on the dry noodles, maybe like stir it up, and then you could put like whatever kind of, I guess, broth or whatever you want to call it in.
Okay.
Yeah. Or seasoning in, noodles on top, then whatever liquid you want.
Seasoning in an empty bowl first.
Yeah, both of these are empty bowls, and then afterwards we're pouring in whatever water you want.
Interesting. I would have to go with seasoning on the noodles, and then
good, because that's correct. The other one is objectively wrong, and here's why. If you take a bowl and you put in the seasoning, and then you put, because the noodles aren't going to be entirely dry, right? They're going to have some sort of moisture on them, and you put the noodles then on top of the seasoning, some of that seasoning is going to stay on the bowl. They're just not going to, it's just scientifically, it's not going to all get onto the noodles because now you added some moisture and it's going to stick to things other than the noodles. If you put in the noodles, then the seasoning on top, you've already put all the seasoning on the noodles.
Yeah.
No seasoning is coming in contact with the bowl. So even then, if you put water on top of that, if anything, you're either keeping it on the noodles or you're dissolving it into the water, which you could argue that the water would dissolve the seasoning that's on the side of the bowl. But because it was on the bowl, you're losing chances of it attaching to the noodles. So let's recap. So the correct way is definitely noodles, seasoning, and then the water or whatever. That's the correct way to do it because my aforementioned scientific analysis is you risk not having as much seasoning as you would like on the noodles. And I rest my case.
I agree.
Now, why am I talking about milk? Well, it had me thinking, because it was a trend forever ago. I'm dead ass. Do you put milk in first or cereal in first? Cereal. I also feel, okay, that's the right answer, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't know. It probably gives you the same result.
I've done both, and I'll tell you that when you put milk in first, one, it just doesn't feel right.
Right? Plus, it's splash.
Yeah.
If you put the cereal in,
because I think it doesn't feel right because it feels like, because you just put milk, because people put milk in cups. I think it feels weird that you're putting it in a bowl. It feels like you're a dog or something, right? But like, what I think is why it's not the most optimal is because then it's harder to tell how much cereal you can actually put in that bowl.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Right? So when you put cereal first, you know, like, okay, I'm eating like a cup of cereal.
Yeah.
And then you just fill the milk to your desire of the cereal. Yeah. But when you put milk first, you're like, damn, how much cereal should I put into this? You know?
Yeah. Because what if your bowl's not big enough and you want more cereal, but you put too much milk? Now, if you are eating a bowl of cereal, let's say you did it the right way. You put the cereal in. You put the cereal in and you have your desired milk level. Right? There's always going to be milk left over at the end, whatever it is. Now, let's say you're eating like Cocoa Puffs, right? So now it's like a chocolatey milk. And you're like, yo, I can't wait to drink this shit. It's going to be so good. Do you, A, drink the milk that's left over?
Okay.
Or B, add more cereal until you've naturally taken up all the milk? We'll assume you're a neutral level of hungry. You're not hungry, but you're not hungry.
Okay.
It's complete
Personally,
preference.
I think I would just drink the milk.
I just drink the milk too.
Yeah.
See, about my brother, he pours more cereal in there.
Really?
Just keeps going. And I don't think it's weird per se, but it's definitely different. And because it's different from me, it's now weird, you know? Because I am the standard of normal.
Yeah. We only congregate with people that do the cereal rituals the same way.
And God forbid I ever be friends with somebody who does ramen the wrong way.
I mean, like, with your ramen thing, I think you're right. I think if you put seasoning in an empty bowl, one, that's just weird. Yeah. But two, like, the water will dilute the seasoning. Yeah. And your question basically stemmed from what are you trying to season? You trying to season the broth or you trying to season the noodles?
Yeah. And it's ramen.
And obviously you're going to want to season the noodles because that's where the substantive amount of food is.
Yeah. And yeah, you can drink the broth. Exactly. You could drink the broth, but like
blander broth makes more sense than blander noodles.
Exactly. Yeah. Even though ideally you
don't want anything bland.
But But I think that's why, like, I don't know, there's so much dense flavor. Have you ever eaten the ramen packets raw? Like the hard noodles?
Not raw.
Yeah. That was the thing when I was like younger.
I know you can do it though, yeah.
People probably still do it. But like when I was younger, I saw it for the first time where he was like, yeah, my snack for today or whatever. I don't know, elementary school or whatever I was doing. He pulled out just like a hard block of ramen noodles and poured the seasoning on it and just broke the shit off and ate it. And I was
kind of like
baffled.
Chips or something.
Yeah, I was completely baffled. I was like, there's no way that's supposed to be how you're supposed to. Yeah. Like, there's no way that's even like. There's got to be a health detriment to eating it that way because I don't know. There's probably some sort of like.
Well, all it is dehydrated. Food. So like, I guess you really can, but
But, you know, like those packages of ramen are so heavy in sodium, right? Because they can last forever. And so I think part of the reason you like put the broth in and you drink it or like eat it with like the water, I mean, I would assume that would cut back on some of the sort of dehydration. But you take the water out.
I mean, if you're anything like me, you end up drinking the broth and soup afterwards.
Yeah, but there's water in there, right?
Yeah,
but if you take the water out. And
but the sodium level still remains the same, even though it's been diluted over much more volume.
But you're not as dehydrated, right? Because you didn't have just pure salt.
I mean, technically, yeah. I mean, you would be more dehydrated. And you'd probably want a lot more water to drink. Yeah. But, I mean, the same goes for regular chips, too. I mean, they all have sodium and stuff.
Yeah, that's how they're meant. Plus, it's a potato, so it's better.
I mean, I often feel very dehydrated after I eat pizza.
Really? Mm-hmm. You know what I feel dehydrated after? Because pizza's kind of weird. Ice cream.
That one is a little weird.
Right? So I literally, when I eat ice cream, I have to usually have a glass of water.
Interesting.
And could be any flavor. It doesn't matter. Like ice cream and a glass of water is what like I like prefer. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be a crazy person and ever tell anybody that's not listening to this episode that. But like if I go to like,
I keep that between a few people only, and then the whole audience of everybody that listens.
8,000 people. But yeah, it's so weird because I can go to like, I don't like an ice cream shop or something like that, and you eat ice cream and I'll be fine. I'll enjoy my time. But if it's up to me, give me some water.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way with pizza. I think it's because, pizza has layers to it, and all those layers have their own sodium. Like the dough, the sauce, the cheese, the veggies, or like meat or whatever you get, chicken.
Yeah.
I think all those have a lot of sodium in it. And when you kind of add it all together at the end, and then the butter, the garlic, or whatever, seasoning, and it's just a lot.
But beer with pizza?
Beer with pizza. I like beer. And I think beer would go great with pizza. But beer is very heavy.
It is very heavy. So is pizza.
So is the pizza. So, like, you would literally, if I could eat, say I'm hungry enough for 4 slices of pizza, if I had a beer, it'd be like 2. But
then, economically, are you saving money? Because let's assume
unless you're splitting it with friends who are just going to eat it anyway.
That's fair. That's fair. There's been many a time I've ordered myself a pizza and just been like, I got up the next day and just been like, oh,
yeah,
I still have pizza.
My brother's a huge foodie, and if we ever get like pizza for dinner or something, like in the past, I would run. Like I'd wake up in the morning and I'd run downstairs to get my like half of the leftovers.
You just eat all of that.
Yeah, by the end of that night, it would be gone.
Dude, I'm one of 6, and so I mean, like in our house, no exaggeration, we would go through probably like 4 to 5 gallons of milk a week.
Wow.
Yeah, because at the time it was like at one point me and my 2 older brothers were all on the same football team and we all played varsity. And so I mean, when it was like after work-out, milk and a protein shake. In the morning, milk and cereal. If I'm thirsty and I don't want water,
drink a gallon of milk each a week.
Basically a day. Yeah, 4 to 5 each. Yeah, there you go. Each person essentially. Now I will say my oldest brother, he loves milk. I mean, like if anything, he was half of that number. But
okay, let me ask a question.
Yeah.
How do you think the invention of drinking cow's milk or any other alternative milks came about?
I think it's more logical than people understand.
Okay, well, yeah, because breast milk exists.
Right, exactly.
But this. Okay, so if human breast milk is meant for humans, wouldn't animal milk, cow's milk, be meant for calves?
Okay. Yes, but I'm going to throw a little wrench into that.
Okay.
The invention of pasteurization.
For cheese and stuff.
Well, for milk, too.
Like, I thought pasteurization turns milk into other products.
No, I don't think so. I think it's like because you can have pasteurized and unpasteurized milk.
Yeah, you're right. I've seen that label. But I guess like a lot of other people don't really understand all the labels on food items, to be honest.
Wait, we were talking about pasteurization, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pasteurized milk
is
raw milk that has been heated to a specific temperature and time. What? Heated to a specific temperature and time to kill pathogens that may be found in the raw milk. Pathogens are blah, blah, blah. By law, all milk sold to the public must be pasteurized and packaged in a licensed dairy plant. So pasteurization is a heating method for a certain length of time to kill bad stuff in it. And I think you can also use, there's probably like different like versions where you can like pasteurize cheese versus unpasteurized cheese.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we found a loophole to consuming something that we wouldn't be able to consume otherwise.
But we're not supposed to be able. Like there's that. Most of the population's like what?
Most people can't.
Yeah. Like lactose.
What was it, lactose gene?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. The lac operon.
Yeah.
Look up operon, people. It's actually kind of a neat little thing.
Yeah, but it's pretty complicated.
Yeah, it's very complicated. Basically,
if you're not into medicine
a genetics
or science,
course, So if for fun,
if you like genetics, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very neat how stuff like that.
And even
works.
as an anthropology standpoint, that actually disappears. So most humans lose their ability to process lactose.
Yeah.
Lactase
is the enzyme.
Yeah, so lactose. They lose their ability after some point of infancy. And that's because that's when you actually are able to drink breast milk and should or should not. I don't know. I'm not going to be your parent. I'm not going to give you parenting
Do whatever
advice.
you want, man. There's like lactate pills out there you can take.
I don't even know.
So it's possible that the first people basically milked cows 8,000 to 10,000 years ago, but it happened after the domestication of cows, which led to cow milking. So, I bet it was, this is just speculation at this point, but if they already had domesticated cows for, let's say, meat, then they were probably trying to get, use every part of the buffalo. They're probably like, okay, can we drink that shit? Well, if the calf can drink that, here, Billy Bob Joe, you drink it. If you die, we can't drink it.
Okay, but what about other animals?
Probably just taste bad.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, because we drink almond milk and
because I know
there's no milk there.
Isn't like human breast milk really like watery? Like it's
full of just tons of like vitamins and antibodies and
it's like a very like watery liquid. It's not like a thick.
It's
milk,
not milk.
Like,
yeah.
Although
people sell it and other people drink it. Fun fact.
I didn't know that
women can sell. Yeah, and I'm talking like sell it
like
for like good money.
Like OnlyFans Milkman edition or something. Like there's like a site.
Essentially, yes. I don't know if there's like, but yeah, no, people do that, bro. Yeah, for sure. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So milk and coffee and stuff, guys.
Yeah, and food just items. We got little down a rabbit trail today, guys, but I think it was worth it because we gave you insight into our lives, into what you are to do and not to do when eating certain foods. And we are correct on those, by the way. Don't fight us. Don't send us an email about your weird ass little maple syrup and cereal shit that y'all Midwest folks probably do.
I do understand if you're a little weary though. Sean did tell me he's tried cereal and water.
Okay, yeah, okay. So again, I was a stubborn child.
And we'll see you next week.
I was a stubborn child, and we didn't have milk, and I was so lazy, I just didn't want to put the cereal back. So I said, water's the same thing. Milk is like 97% water. It's so different. It's disgusting, and cereal was made to have milk in it. Damn it. It's not water. Okay, if you eat, I don't care if you like, but I like the taste of cereal, but I don't like the taste of milk. Then you don't get to eat cereal. Congratulations. You don't. Okay.
It sounds like one of those like videos. It's like 10 things that should never be done, and it's like a glass of water and like someone dips an Oreo in it or something. You're like,
just some sort of like psychotic behavior where you like report them.
Like who would think of these disgusting ideas? And it's like you eating cereal with water.
Yeah. Hey, this is the cultural helpline. Yeah, I just saw this white dude dip an Oreo into some water. You got to come get his ass. There's the legal, right? Sir, absolutely. We're sending 18 units your way now. Keep an eye on him, sir. Okay, keep talking to me so I know you're still there.
It's like law enforcement shows up, but they're like Oreo sponsored.
Yeah, there's little symbols. There's little Oreos.
Their helmet is like a little Oreo hat.
They're like different colors, like the blonde Oreos, or like just like the inferior ones, but the mega stuffed Oreos.
Stuffed Oreo. Just
Lieutenant, it's just I have to eat the cream of the inside. Like
I'll be back. It's
it's a weird spin-off. Damn.
Oh, that was a terrible accent.
I'll be back. And people are like, I understand who that was.
It'd be cool. Just like edit my voice out of that and just replace it with the
let's get a clip from Arnold.
Okay, well, thanks for tuning in to Just Things, guys.
Yeah.
Catch you next week.
All right, guys. Peace out.
All right, peace.